Hello, everyone. Welcome to Zero Gravity Gaming. My name is Shinkari, and I'm joined, as always, by Thousand Eyes, and we're ready to bring you all tonight another game of our Gold 1 League. We have Corvus Storm up against Agni Kai for y'all tonight, and this is about to be a real great game. We're about to get picks and bans underway. We're ready to get stuff underway. Thousand, you ready?
I am finally ready. Golly gee, we had a lot of technical
Mhm.
issues. Apologies for the late start on this, because goodness gracious, it was not a fun time.
Yeah, it turns out Riot Games is a small indie company, and there's still
Oh,
a
it
lot of
wasn't just
bugs.
right, it was me too. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
straight up me because I had
Yeah.
internet problems.
Yeah. Turns out, internet sucks. But what are you gonna do? We're here now, and we're ready to bring y'all some great League of Legends, Corvus Storm and Agni Kai, for y'all tonight. And these are two really great teams looking to continue to make their mark as we are now continuing more and more into our into our season
Mhm.
this year, I guess, this month,
This
this
season,
this season. I don't,
yeah.
I just didn't want to repeat this season and this season. I just tried to find something else. But you know what? I couldn't find it. It's okay. But you know what? We don't need to cover for dead air for just a little bit longer because we are just about to get this
Yeah.
underway. We're about to get, and
Yeah.
there we
Here we
go.
go.
Yep. Here
All
we
right, so
go.
I do want to lay out. Corvus has, I don't think, gotten a win yet this season, so they are
That is
still
correct.
looking for their first win.
Yep.
Uh, Agni Kai 2-2 so far, so this is a team that they could try and sneak a win off of. It is going to take a bit of an upset in order to do so.
Yep.
Now, right off the bat, we're seeing the Irelia ban. If I pull up my notes, which I should have had open from the beginning,
It's all right.
uh, yeah, we are seeing a lot of bans towards that top side,
Hmm.
and specifically, Uwu euthanized me in the top lane this time around. Lots of tanks, lots of focus on that, as opposed to Raining Wolves, who does like those bruiser types a little bit more.
Hmm. Yeah. Irelia, Shinzao, and Tristana banned away by Corvus Storm here. And Agni Kai is going to be banning away Echo, Urgot, and Shen here. Echo important here by the jungler for Corvus Storm. Jesus Juice has 180 games on that character, and Echo did recently receive a buff to that magic number for all junglers of 150% damage to neutral monsters on that passive to 200%. So that's definitely going to be make him a little bit of an easier time in the jungle generally, but in the hands of someone who's played so much, probably a whole lot better. Set is going to be locked in for Corvus Storm. Agni Kai is going to lock in that Lilia pretty quickly, and they're still waiting on that second pick.
Yeah, oh, Brennan has to be very sad right now because he is watching the wrong game. He is he is missing out on the Lilia, but I like the set pickup. Not only is it something that is preferred for Raining Wolves, it's something that Uwu Me likes to pick up in the top lane as well. So it is very much a contested pick, taking that away from Agni Kai before they get their hands on it. The Lilia Ezreal pickup here is definitely more safe, especially the Ezreal. I'll be
Mm,
interested to see what they pair that up with, because that generally means that your wave pressure is going to be very weak on the bot side, especially when the enemy support is going to be a Karma. You just get something that has any push power as an AD carry, and Ezreal will not be able to keep up.
yeah, for sure. I mean, Sivir is still looking pretty good with this comp as well. Sivir Karma.
Yeah,
That's the age-old strat right there. Make your team go real fast. Karma's probably going to be picking up that Shirelias as well. That item has been very good for a while. And Karma's empowered shield movement speed did get nerfed a while ago. So picking up the Shirelias could be good on the Karma as well, and also picking up the Sivir here. Sivir has received some buffs for her attack speed build, but I still think some folks are hanging on to that lethality build that goes
yeah.
into Dark
Oh,
Orbit.
oh, Brennan, you poor soul.
Oh, oh
It's the
no.
Morgana and the Lilia.
Yeah.
That is so
And
sad. I'm
champions right
going
there.
to I'm going to just tell him how
Are we
sad he
screen
needs to
capping this
be.
and then rubbing it in his face?
Oh,
Is that what we're doing?
absolutely. I will absolutely throw this all over him because yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
point being, we now have the Lilia, the Morgana. There is a solid amount of peel that this team already has. Morgana and
Yep.
Lilia, they can be played aggressively, but they really excel in those kind of kite
Yeah.
types of matchups. You want the Morgana. Morgana wants people to run at her. Lilia
Yes.
likes it when people try to just, run her down. And look at the team they're up against. It is Sivir
Yeah.
Karma. That is a team that wants to run at you. So I
Yes.
like what Agni Kai's doing in terms of prepping for the composition that they're expecting to see.
Yeah, for sure. And this is too like on top of Morgana, the big thing about Lilia and Ezreal that's kind of big to me is that these champions are kind of hard to lock down and really get some significant pressure on, right? They're very slippery. It's very hard to really get a lock onto some of these characters here. Ezreal, very famous for being able to blink away from situations that are too close for him, right? And him being able to just stand back and throw out those Qs that are much longer range than his auto attack here. And Sejuani going to be the lock-in for Agni Kai here in the first round of second phase.
So this is top lane Lilia, by the way.
Hmm.
I have seen a bit of
Interesting.
this. It is a bit more of a tankier style of Lilia. You run that Conqueror, and you just kind of
Mhm.
out sustain through these longer fights.
Right.
That's still going to be a very rough matchup because Set is capable of pushing. Oh wait, no, hold up. That is Set jungle.
I guess it would make
Okay,
the most amount of sense
I
here,
my
but
eyes hurt. Uh, Yeah, so it's going to be Set Jungle, which has not been good since they got rid of Cinderhulk, which
yep,
has been almost an entire season. Corvus is
yep,
turning back the clock,
yep.
and honestly, I want to turn the clock forward so that I can die sooner. As the
Wow.
Diana is going to be picked up here as the
Wow.
mid laner. Look, I'm fierce today. All right, I've had a
Wow.
good day, and that means I got to make everyone else's day worse.
Okay. All right. All right. We okay. Well, Diana's going to be locked into the mid lane here, and that's I feel like that's just going to be a real rough matchup for the Diana here, especially into the Corki, right? I mean, the dash
Yeah.
being on level 3 means that it's still going to be it's going to be just a lot easier than like melee into range matchups in the past for Diana, but I still feel that Corki is still just so far away from where Diana's actually going to be, especially post 6 where a lot of Diana's burst is going to be, that like this is mostly going to be a real tough lane for Diana to deal with. And plus, Corki's wave clear is really good too. So a lot of these waves are going to be shoved into Diana a whole lot.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. The early game for Agni Kai is going to be a struggle, not because these champions are inherently weak in the lane phase. I mean, I guess you could argue that Diana kind of is, but like
Right.
the biggest thing is the wave pressure. And I'm looking like, okay, yeah, Set is not going to have a good time in the jungle, just generally. But the fact that he has all three winning lanes is
Yeah.
very, very big. And he's going to allow him to play aggressively into the Sejuani. And Sejuani doesn't really do too well early on. She can duel a little bit if she's able to get her stacks off, but
Right.
Set should be able to beat her up if he runs into her in the jungle.
Yeah, and kind of one of the biggest tools that Sejuani has is being able to peel off slows, right? Set doesn't really have those. Set has a whole lot of stuns and just kind of beats the crap out of you, like what you said.
Hmm.
Set just walks up and auto attacks you for a whole lot. Sure, that face breaker I think has a slow on it for like very, very short if you don't land the stun. I could be wrong, but it's still just slows aren't exactly in Set's toolkit. Set is going to beat you up, and then if you try to beat him up, he just throws back a haymaker. So
Hmm.
it's definitely this is a matchup where if a 1v1 happens, that this is going to be definitely favored for Set for sure in the
Hmm.
jungle.
Yeah. As we do take a look around the rest of the map here, the Gnar versus Lilia matchup, I will be straight up honest, I do not have a lot of experience with Lilia top. I do not know what the matchups are. My gut says unless Gnar screws up, it should be favored for Gnar. He should be able to keep that pressure up and then just back off a bit when or just all in when he's mega. Lilia kind of is
Money
just going to
top?
be this is absolutely going to be Lilia top. No doubt in my mind.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind at all.
Okay.
I actually, nope, nope. It might be Sedge top. Hold up.
Hmm.
I think Pity baited me.
Yeah.
That jerk. Golly.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Man.
picking my words carefully right now, Pity. I hope you're happy. Um, yeah, it might be
Man.
the Sejuani top, and that will also make me cry.
Yeah.
So at the very least, both teams are equally making me cry. I'm
Yeah.
glad
I
that there's
mean,
not going to be any favoritism. I hate you all just as much. Uh,
I mean, that's what happens when one team locks in 3 junglers and they're just like, okay, well, this one's going mid.
this
This
is
one might be going into jungle,
the
and this
most
one's going top.
Doki-ish, non-Doki contained draft I have ever seen.
Yeah. And the other thing is like the opposing team didn't pick a single jungler. Like Set has not been a jungler for God knows how long, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
As I think we're struggling to see draft on stream right now. May need to get Canon, you might need to refresh there, buddy. Might need to refresh that drafter and get that up. But unfortunately, if that's not showing, we can tell you it is Nar Sejuani topside, it is Set Lilia jungle,
yep.
Quirky Diana mid, Sivir Ezreal 80 carry, Karma Morgana in support.
Yes.
I really I feel like this is terrible. Honestly,
Yeah.
Lilia into Set is not much of a better matchup, and Sejuani into Dar seems like a much worse matchup to me.
Yeah, it's real tough for sure. I normally a lot of the power of Karma and as a player of Karma myself, I like playing Karma mid just a little bit more because you're able to get just a little bit more value off of her empowered Qs because you're able to hit them into the into the minion wave and pressure melee
Mm-hmm.
champions that way. In the bot lane, while her damage is just a little bit more potent because you're dealing with some squishier characters, um, it does mean that you can't exactly you have to be just more precise with how you're going to point out your empowered Qs. And a lot of that damage just gets eaten up by Morgana shield here, which
Yeah,
is it's just pretty good. It's pretty good.
it is. Um, it's just if you are consistent. So one of the things that I always look out for when I am playing against a Morgana is how frivolous are they with the shield.
Right.
If they are really just going to use that shield to block damage, you can absolutely do that in order to you can play aggressive to bait out the shield, and then ooh whoops, here's our jungler, and
Yeah.
then your day gets ruined. That's still going to be a tough thing to work out because it is a set jungle. He does not have the
Yeah.
innate ability to get onto Ezreal or Morgana.
Yeah.
But it's still not going to be a fun matchup. And it still goes back to wave control. Yeah, Diana will probably be able to blow up Corki at 6.
Yeah.
Getting to that level 6 point in every lane is going to be a struggle because every single lane for Corvus is able to push out Agni Kai. And it is not going to be a fun time for them pre-6. They just need to be able to hold out to that point and get to the skirmishes.
Yeah, I did really want to talk about this Sejuani Nar real quick top lane because I think we just kind of talked about it in the way of, oh, this hurts my brain that folks are playing off
Yeah.
meta stuff. But this Sejuani top, man, I am throwing a bunch of huge question marks here because I don't know how the Sejuani is going to play against the Nar here, who is already a lane
You
bully with
don't.
that range advantage.
You
I think
don't.
that Sejuani just dies half the time. But we're gonna have that. I guess we're gonna have all these questions and more answered in just a little bit as we're going to take just a quick break for spectator delay. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. When we come back, we're going to be on the rift of Corvus Storm versus Agni Kai. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zero Gravity Gaming. My name is Shinkari, and I'm joined by Thousand Eyes. We are on the rift of Agni Kai versus Corvus Storm. Corvus Storm is on the blue side. Agni Kai is on the red. These two teams are ready to get it underway, and so are we. Thousand, are you excited?
You put so much emphasis on the rift. It was rift.
Yeah,
I
well,
felt like I was
I'm
at a
excited.
monster truck rally.
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry I'm excited about this game of League of Legends. I
Yeah.
apologize for having enthusiasm.
Well, it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. Well, we're on the rift. We have an amazing 5-point start. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we got a 5-point start, getting ready, things ready to go. As we do have a top lane Sejuani, and we do have a jungle Lilia here. Definitely a little curveball given to us by the players here. As Sejuani in the top lane, not going to have the greatest of times up against the Gnar, and I don't think Set is going to be actually able to duel Lilia, because if he shows up into the jungle, I think Lilia just hits him with one spell and just walks away.
Yeah, generally that is how it works. Should be able to get away. It kind of depends on if he's able to get the stun off or not. That is kind of key to his combo. If Lilia can get the Q and get away from it, should be fine, but I'm more worried about just the fact that not only are you going to have Set show up, you are also going to have the rest of that team show up. Whatever lane it is, there's no possibility that anybody on Agni Kai is going to be able to roam and help Lilia.
Right. I mean, like, sure, you maybe you have Diana just because of the idea that just she's the mid lane, right? And mid lane just has access to more of the map easier. But like, there's really no other like good mobility from like either the support or even from the AD carry, right, to roam up and help you in some situations.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So really, I'm looking for Jesus Juice to play aggressive. I want him to try and invade. I want him to get in Lilia's face. And I already like this adaptation here that Laz is doing. Getting low, but Laz is getting Laz is starting opposite side, making sure that Set is not in a position to actually get in Lilia's face. As a Withanize be taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah, gonna be able to get the stun onto Raging Wolves here, but has to flash away after it turns back into Mininar and throws out that boomerang. So no first blood just yet, but that's a whole lot of damage. I think Withanize me has to back here.
Yeah, we'll have to back. Bit of a struggle in that top lane early on, as we expected. And we'll see. I'm curious if there's going to be any silly builds from this Sejuani.
I mean, I'm like scarce to think about what would be silly here, right? Because I think there's just not really any room to kind of do that stuff unless you really don't care about winning and or losing lane and just are looking to just take your silly build into mid game.
Yeah. I mean, look, I know Pity, and that is exactly something he would do. So it is not outside of the realm of possibility as Jesus Juice is protecting this mid lane because Corky took some bad trades.
Socks and thighs taken real low here. Might have to back away soon, considering that Corky has teleported back to the mid lane here as Mac Mitten still continues to throw out these empowered Qs by Karma here.
Yep, and there's the non-empowered Q from Sivir.
Yeah.
Just super funky. Super funky amount of damage. And not very fun if you are an Ezreal player.
Yeah, you just kind of have to sit there and hope that it doesn't hit you, but like if you're a good Sivir player, you're gonna make it hit most of the time. Relatively fine here as Morgana continues to try to land these bindings onto Sivir, but it's gonna be real tough considering that spell shield is almost always going to be out.
Yeah. There's nothing you really need to spell shield in this lane outside of maybe some damage, or right. It's really just the root or Set. So yeah. This is a pretty simple lane if you are the Morgana.
Yeah, it really is just kind of like conceding the damage back and forth between the two supports, right? Like the two of them are just going to throw out some damage and get some gold off the spell thieves. And then just kind of like that's kind of the conceit here is Socks and Thighs walking into the bush here, flashes away. That's going to be the face breaker, pulling him in close. They're taking incredibly low. That's going to be a haymaker, taking him real low. But that corrupting potion is going to keep them alive for just a little bit longer. So no first blood just yet. Jesus Juice is going to clear out that. Jesus Juice is going to clear out that ward in the river.
Yeah. So now Socks and Thighs gonna have to play a little bit safer without that flash, and the poke from Corky is gonna start to get really threatening. Or Socks and Thighs could just play as aggro because Corky has no mana right now.
Yeah, Corky really has to be just a little bit more careful here. Well, that's a real good Diana ultimate. Force a flash away here. Socks and Thighs does walk away. As now there's a getting 1v1 on the top lane that's going to get the stun onto Meganar. Euthanize Me is way below half HP right now. Getting some decent damage in return, but Gnar is still pretty healthy and can just walk away and reset if they want. They do have teleport.
Yeah, Euthanize Me, but both top laners have that TP, and now Mark gonna take a little bit more damage. If we take a look at our farm right now, everybody actually pretty even. Mid lane and bot lane kind of trading their leads for both teams. Yeah. And I'm pleasantly surprised with how decent this early game is from Agni Kai. Yeah. They have not dealt with too much aggression yet from this set, although now I might have caster cursed.
Yeah, Euthanize Me taken. Was able to get that stun there, but
he doesn't
Jesus
have
Juice
mana
is
for
still
Q.
on the hunt yet. Yeah, can't get away from this. Jesus Juice, that's going to be the face breaker. That's going to be the flash forward. That's going to be the haymaker as well. But the first blood is going over to Gnar in the top lane. Raining Wolves going to spend their flash to get that huge chunk of gold in their pockets.
Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. Just as he went toward Euthanize Me, did not know where the jungler was, and that always means the jungler is coming by. So yeah, Set getting a solid assist there, and the Gnar getting the early kill is going to make that lane even harder for the Sejuani.
Yeah, and picking up that Sheen as well. Really going to be real tough here as well. As yeah, Sejuani already having a rough time against the Gnar. Gnar does not mess around. You know, is able to get that, the big thing, being able to get that poke damage in range, and the second you get angry, you're able to fight 1v1 in melee. So definitely looking pretty good for the Gnar here. Sejuani coming back to lane with a giant spell, not exactly what you want to see this week.
Yeah, and now there's the spell shield. Yep, both players with the spell shield really do not need to worry about too much. Although Mark just burned it, and Jesus Juice is sitting by, has not been seen.
Yeah, it's gonna be, you know, Mark has to be at least a little careful here. I think with the wave pushing in the blue team's favor here towards the red side, I think they can just back away and go towards this dragon, and that's what they're doing. Ooh, Gnar has walked all the way down here from top.
Yeah, so they want that dragon.
Ooh. That's a Diana ultimate. Socks and Thighs. Be able to get that last bit of damage. Ooh, dashing forward, using the ignite as well. The second dash, they're gonna get away from the turret, but they have to walk through. Oh no, they're walking back through the lane here, so they're gonna be perfectly fine. And when, yeah, that's gonna be the blue team picking up the dragon on the bot side, but Gnar is on the chase on this Diana here. Sejuani is here to escort them out, but they're really looking for it. That's going to be the scoop crab speed zone to give them just a little bit more space in between the Gnar here. So Diana is perfectly fine at the end of all that.
Ooh, Mark is trying to bait here.
Yeah, Laz is going to throw out that drowsy, going to flash over the wall. Ooh, just a little too far forward here. The rest of the poke doesn't land either. That's going to be the spell immune. They're still looking for the back mittens here. Mark is taking incredibly low. Snow Flowers is taken real low too. Laz is looking for something. That's going to be the orb thrown forward. They're really looking for that last bit of damage. They're going to be able to find it. They're now taking up minions though. That's a huge amount of damage from Sivir here. Mark is still looking for those last minions. Dog, you can die to minions. Buddy, you're only level 6.
Ooh, yeah.
On the top lane, yeah, Raining Wolves throws in the Gnar combo here. With me trying to get that return damage here. Gets the full stack. There's the stun, but that is not even comparable damage here. Now back into mini form, gonna get a huge chunk of damage. Socks and Thighs in the mid lane. Now it's a 1v2. Jesus Juice and Lo-Fi Cheese Mixer there. Socks and Thighs taking incredibly low. Have to back away. And it's going to scare them off of Shelly for just the moment, but Gnar is coming down to join them right now. Socks and Thighs could be in some trouble. Laz as well. Looks like they're not going to fight just yet. Here comes Raining Wolves. There's the hop. There's the boomerang toss. Not going to land. All right. All right. My
Yeah.
color caster, speak, please.
Yeah,
We're gonna
hello.
get the showstopper here,
Yeah.
face breaker. All right, Jesus Juice looking for some more. Gonna try to slow him up with that flail. Hop over the wall. Okay, I'm passing it over to you. What do you got?
All right, now, well, Sox can buy. No, it should be fine. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
Yeah,
be
they're
fine.
They're fine.
Yeah. All right, maybe I don't want to talk. I don't know if I want to talk about what just happened.
Yeah. You don't have to mention that one.
Yeah. So, I do want to. So, Pity has given me full euthanize me, has given me full reign to flame. And I'm gonna flame a little bit because the grasp Sejuani is kind of tilting me. You are not a champion that is really going to consistently be in auto attack range of Gnar.
Yeah.
Aftershock would be infinitely more useful here, buddy.
Yeah. Not to mention some of these engagements where he's able to get off the runes like the stacks here and then get that stun means that he's able to get those defenses for just a little bit longer. That at the end of the stun could just give a little bit better of these trades in Euthanize Me's favor. You know.
Yeah,
agree here is.
I'm also just confused at what the Sejuani pick is supposed to be for, because you don't have a bunch of melee champs. You don't have, like, anything that synergizes super well with it. It feels like it was supposed to be like, woohoo, we swapped our Sejuani to be top lane and not jungle. We got you, and it feels like Corvus Storm is like, yeah, okay.
You got me.
You definitely got me. I'm not sure with what, but you did.
Yeah. But it looks like Jesus Juice Mark this time. Never mind. Turn that around. That's going to be a huge amount of damage on an Inspire here. Because now Mark is the only person left. And Backman really wants to 1v1 this Ezreal here. Getting a huge chunk of damage. Mark trying to turn this around. These Qs definitely hurt, especially with that Sheen Snowflower nearby. But it is a 1-for-0 in the bot lane. Inspire is going to fall.
Yeah, and that is a nice pickup for Snowflower to get there. Once that kill, feels good about that one. And now Mark taking a lot of damage. These Dark Harvest stacks are hitting.
Yeah, teleport coming down from Sejuani here, going to pick up the Rift Herald for the red team. Raging Wolves does provide a little bit of harass on top of that objective, but going to walk away. Mark really playing with luck here, playing with fire.
Snowflower
taking. Leave it to the team that named Agni Kai that they're playing with fire. You know what I mean? Like just a little too close for comfort there as he euthanized me. Trying to get onto Raging Wolves. Doesn't really look like they're gonna get that through here. Ooh, good stun. But yeah, that's a turret and that's a bunch
Get
of
out of the minions. just don't dance around with the minions, buddy. I know they're fun. I know they're great. You love them. We all do.
Yeah.
They are not for play when they are under the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, now it looks like Laz is almost like proxy farming Raining Wolves here, trying to get a little bit more damage for Sejuani onto these turret plates here, and they might actually get the first turret in this top lane with that Rift Herald. Yeah, that's first turret going over to Agni Kai.
Okay. All right. Macro plays.
All right. Macro plays. I wonder if they might actually get the charge onto the second. I'm going to move my camera up there. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that second charge. Holy moly. Sox and Thighs looking at 2v1 here. Mac Mittens and Jesus Juice taking incredibly low. That's going to be the Haymaker. The Black Shield way too late. They're going to be able to find that kill for Jesus Juice here. He's now looking for a 3S mark. Gonna hop over the wall. That's gonna be the Morgana ultimate popping. That's gonna be the Q as well, taking a bit of damage. There's 4 members of the blue team here. 3S mark is gonna take a whole bunch of damage. They're gonna back away, but here comes Sejuani. Does have the Bola available. There's the charge. There's diving immediately onto Jesus, who's going to be able to find the kill, and that's going to be the stun onto Corki. Corki's taken real low here, has to get away, but that's going to teleport in from Gnar. Gnar rams them into the wall here. Laz is taken incredibly low. They're looking to get something out of the
Ezreal.
Find it. They're looking for more, and they can't quite find it. Macbeth is taken incredibly low here. Gonna heal off the tether.
Oh my
Raging Wolves is
God.
gonna be able to find the kill. Never mind, that Snowflower. Sejuani so close to getting that kill, but not going to be able to find it this time. The rush onto Anathema's change, not exactly what you were looking for.
Yeah, it is a decision, but oh my goodness, Pity, you are really just asking for me to say mean things about you.
I mean, technically they did, right?
He did, yeah. He did ask
Like,
to have his inting side on camera.
yes,
So
yes,
you are really trying your best, aren't you, buddy?
yep,
As the dragon will be picked up as Ezreal.
yeah,
So here's where this whole thing went wrong. They tried to take that fight with the Ezreal being back in base. Mark
yeah,
took a bunch of damage and had to back. They kept pushing that fight, and they didn't have Diana either. So it was just like you have a support Morgana, a Sejuani, and a Lilia that can't get in range.
right.
You're not getting onto a Sivir and a Karma. Like, it's not happening.
Right.
So that whole basis from the assumption from the beginning assumption is just flawed. And you saw how it worked out. They kept chasing, and the kite from the Karma and the Sivir and the Gnar was just not happening.
Ooh, Laz coming for a return attempt on the bot lane here. Jesus Juice is here to answer as well. The
Good
Karma
spell shield.
tether is going to be spell shield here, but Mark is taken so low. That's going to be Set looking for more, but that good binding from Morgana is going to save Ezreal's life. Going to back away. Clear out that ward. No kills in the bot lane.
No kills, but very importantly, pressure brought. Ezreal's once again gonna have to back, and that's gonna start adding up. Experience is gonna start, slowly working its way into Sivir's favor, and Mark is just gonna keep losing out on farm.
Yeah, who euthanize me looking for... I do really want to check really quick. Eve. Okay, where's Anathema's chains right now? Who has Anathema's chains?
It
That
is
would
the Sivir.
be-
It is the Sivir that has
would
it.
be Sivir. That is correct. Sivir is currently the recipient of the rival of Anathema's chains here. So that means that tells me that Euthanize Me is looking to really not stay in this top lane. Like, I think that he's looking to just push out this wave as far as he can and then immediately roam to whatever objective is currently up, which is pretty good. I mean, but with that in mind, it does mean that Euthanize Me is becoming basically a second jungler, right?
Yeah.
Farm where they need to, and then immediately just leave where they're going and go help with it.
And I like that for the most part. Like, I think that's probably your best bet. I like the fact that the Anathema's chains, if it's being bought, is being put onto the Sivir who is fed right now. If Corki was getting fed, you'd want to put it on him, make sure that kind of damage is not going to burn through you immediately. Socks and Thighs has a friend here.
A decent chunk of... Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be a rocket belt into the minions. Dive on a cheese mix here. Back away.
Ezreal?
Looking for some damage on a Snowflower. Actually going to take a bit. There's going to be the ultimate coming across, but the spell shield is not good. Laz is looking for something in the mid lane. Still not able to find these fights that the red team is looking for.
You don't pop the spell shield and dodge the ability on Sivir. You want to do one or the other.
And this does actually... Yeah, go ahead.
Mark is taking a lot of poke damage here, and the difference being, like, Karma can help out with Sivir against the Ezreal. Oh, no.
Ooh, yeah, this is a 3v1. The showstopper is good, but going to be killed midway through. Jesus Juice not going to be able to pick a kill this time around. Going to be able to grab a kill over to Agni Kai.
Yeah, I'm a little confused at what Jesus Juice was attempting to do there. The tower was gonna go down, buddy. Like, it is 19 minutes.
Euthanize Me looking for a
Dodge.
3v1 here, but might actually get what they're looking for here. Here comes Cheese Mix. That's going to be the stun on the Corki here. And now they have to run for their life, taking a whole bunch of damage to below 50% here. Real low. They're out. They're fine. But yeah, that was a real risky play by Euthanize Me there.
Yeah, very questionable. I don't know what the goal was there, because you can reasonably expect that, bot lane is going to be what they're going to try and keep up. It is the only tier 1 tower still available to be pressured. And, yeah, trying to dive that one was a bit questionable. But it is going to be the back. It is going to be some more items for that Sejuani. I will say the Sejuani is going to get tanky. Right? Like, Sejuani is still going to be a threat. Yes, down a lot of farm right now. The Sejuani should be able to be fine once that Sunfire does come through. It's just going to be getting to that point is the hardest part.
Yeah, speed rushing the Anathema's chains here and putting it on the Sivir was an okay idea, right? But I don't know, like, if it's better than picking up the Sunfire Aegis first, right? Because Sunfire Aegis or even Frostfire Gauntlet, the reason why these mythic items are so good is that if unless it is 100% necessary for your character to have those particular items, the mythic items are just so much better. But that's going to be the dive in. Socks and Thighs going to get a huge ultimate here. Going to pull them in close. Jesus Juice is taken incredibly low. That's going to be the package delivered by Corki, but you are in the middle of 4 members of the red team, and you're going to fall. But look at how much damage that Corki is doing. Summoner heal going to come out, going to heal up Thaz to a much more healthy point, and Sivir's going to be backing as well. So that's going to be a 3-for-0 in favor of Agni Kai. They're going to pick up this Cloud Drake as well.
Yeah, Jesus Juice going real far in there. Unfortunately, did not get the Grit Shield down, and ooh, yeah, Euthanize, you're taking a lot of damage here, buddy. You are not going to hurt Gnar. Yeah, this is not hurt.
Gnar here. Oh my god, yeah, Gnar. Oh, that's going to be the ultimate. Oh, but he can hop over the minions. Flash forward, boomerang. Raining Wolves is going to be on the... it's going to be on a killing spree, and they're going to pick up that kill onto Euthanize me here. You know, I was about to say, you know, that, you know, for... Ooh, never mind. Okay, that's going to be a whole bunch of Sivir going to pick up that Dark Harvest kill, and maybe looking for more. Oh my god, okay, Mark is in some trouble, taking some damage here. Looks like the blue team is just going to back off here as Inspire just gets killed by what seems to be just like a random bit of damage.
Let me speak, you guys. Golly gee, I'm getting tilted, man. I don't get to say anything. I wanted to talk about that dragon fight, but I guess I'm not going to.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, 3S Mark here is taking incredibly low. Once again, taking a whole lot of poke damage here. That's going to be Ezreal ultimate coming across, but it goes in just in between them. Field goal, 3 points, but that's not a whole lot of matter here, as Diana's going to be able to pick up the kill on the Karma here. 3 members
Mark, you
of
got
the
nothing,
team
buddy.
here are still looking for more. Raining Wolves flashes, is teleported onto the backside here and takes Mark out of the fight, but Mark is still looking for more on the backside there. That's going to be a showstopper pulling last into the fight with Gnar here, as Gnar is still looking for this Ezreal. Doesn't quite find it, but Marcus still wants more. Okay, that's going to be the back finally. Raining Wolves. Back away.
Nope, Mark canceled the back.
Juice over here near the chickens. Getting some damage, but doesn't quite get it there. Here comes the rest of the blue team here. That's going to be the Bulls coming across. Going to throw down the freeze. You won't find a blast cone there. Has to dash over the wall. Going to get away from that 4v1. The red team only loses Laz in that very strange extended fight.
Yeah, this is the thing that's always confusing to me about Agni Kai and how they play. It just does not feel like they have a strong idea of what they're trying to accomplish with their moves. Like Sejuani's going in there and being like, "I found Set. All right, let's go," without the real big, larger concept of what do we get by pressuring Set and what will this possibly cause. Because yeah, okay, you found Set in his jungle. He's got 3 people coming down to corner you, and you're alone. Yeah. And what do you get by catching Set out, even if you do kill him there? Right. You at best trade a kill, and that kind of is just showing all throughout, because Mark is staying so late in these fights and getting caught out. Laz, also trying to protect Mark, gets caught out, you know, stuck as that one person. I'm just really confused at what all is the plan or what is going on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree too. I mean, it's like Mark takes so much poke damage and then stays in these fights for a lot longer than he should. And there were multiple times in that previous fight where Gnar just, if Mark had been just a little more greedy, would have easily died to the Gnar just kind of teleporting into the fight, right? He's just so many times he's tanking this poke damage, and then it's just like, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it. And then like immediately it gets punished, right?
And that goes back to that fight earlier where they just tried really hard to pressure onto Karma, Sivir, and Gnar without really thinking about what are we getting out of this? Why are we doing this? Can we do this? None of those questions are being asked, and that's really causing some problems here. Right now, I like this call. They know that they've brought a lot of pressure onto that bot side. They're going for the Baron. You know, Euthanize me, he's going to play aggro. They're like, wow, look at Euthanize me playing stupid and aggro like he always does. Well, now he's stupid with a purpose. You know,
Yeah.
Pity is
and that's the
gonna
most
die.
dangerous kind of stupid, honestly.
Yeah,
Who's
really.
gonna
They're
1v1?
weaponizing his stupidness, and it's
Yes.
working out. And he's gonna flash away. Oh!
Yeah, it's so close. Raining Wolves is still looking for this last bit of damage onto the Sejuani. Gonna throw the box, but not quite land. But it is going to be Baron buff on the red team here. Is Euthanize Me gonna get the speed? They're still. What are you doing backing? Just leave. What are you? Okay, well, okay, my
All
gosh.
right, well, okay, so you can only weaponize it so much before it goes
Yeah.
off the rails.
Yeah. I mean, it was so close to working too, right? And then decided to keep backing, thinking that Raining Wolves had backed away. And then the second that he saw his own teammate here, yeah, they're going to spot them out. That's a good binding over the wall. The blue team is here. 5 members ready for this Cloud Drake to spawn. We're 25 minutes in. This is the 4th Drake here. This is sole point for Agni Kai here, but they're not going to get this Drake. It's going to go over a hole.
Okay, yeah, clench a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, I also want to reiterate that, like, Euthanize Me has given me the full reign to be rude to him. This is not me. I would not do this to any other player.
Yeah. Ooh, yes, that's a real good sleep by Laz here. Gonna go Golden Jesus Juice taken out. Spot Inspire's gonna go Golden as well. Oh, has to flash away from the Sivir. I mean, it even gave me like a second heart attack there because Inspire had flashed backwards as opposed to the left or the right, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, as that's a huge amount of damage on the Mac Mittens here from just the Lilia and the Ezreal. Holy moly.
What was that?
Sunflower's the only person left here is now Socks and Thighs and pushing onto the top lane here. Raining Wolves did just leave Meganar, it seems, doesn't have that rage bar built up. If they want to fight, they might actually be able to win it. Come on, get in there. Your team name is Agni Kai. 1v1 him, dude. Get in there.
Yeah. Just, what was that damage? Holy God.
Holy moly.
The Ezreal combined with the Lilia, just nuts damage. Okay, Mark, you can't do that one, buddy.
Yeah, Mark. Oh, okay, here comes the 1v1. Gonna immediately ultimate right in there, but getting a huge chunk of damage. This can be the kill onto Raining Wolves on the top lane. There's now the rest of Agni Kai gets to push down this top lane, responded by 3 members of the blue team here. They're down a man, but they still have, look at these 2 big cannon minions right here, slamming that turret.
Yeah, and they don't really, like, they're gonna try and push this off, and yeah, Karma Sivir can do that, but it is still not easy for them. So overall, this is working out. It is a solid play from the Baron onwards, with a couple of mistakes from Agni Kai. But overall, it is a win for them. Yeah, okay, they don't get the soul point, but really, it is Cloud Soul Point. It is not the end of the world.
Yeah, and I do want to say, as much as we might be a little bit rude to Euthanize Me, even though they asked, you know, they're up 6,000 gold right now. They're up nearly 6,000 gold. They're doing very well for themselves. Like, let's be clear, Agni Kai is winning, and they're doing a real good job, despite the mistakes.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I like it. I like the aggressiveness of these Ezreal ults. Yeah, and the only thing I will say is that against this composition specifically, the Cloud Soul would be helpful. You know, being able to chase down the Karma Sivir, really good to have that Cloud Soul on the Lilia, on the Morgana, on the Sejuani. There's a lot of use that could be made out of that, but it is still, at the end of the day, Cloud Soul. It's not super great.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it is the best on a Sivir or a Karma, and getting these ultimate cooldowns is mostly just useful for set, to be honest, because Karma doesn't need it, Corki doesn't need it, Gnar is almost always going to have it up, like he doesn't need it, like it's really just for the Sivir in the set, as Mark is looking for a fight here, but not going to be able to find it, as the first bit of damage is blocked by that spell shield there. Do have a bit of a calm in the action now, as a lot of objectives have been claimed pretty recently, and there's nothing spawning just yet. We have Baron and Dragon spawning in about a little less than a minute and a half here, and all of the inner turrets have been taken by the red team here. There's only inhibitor turrets left on the blue team.
I want to quick call out here, because as a support main to a support main, Inspire, Your vision score is great, buddy. You're doing real good on that. I am very happy with that.
From 2 support mains to a support main, you're doing God's work out here. Thank you for the 88, honestly.
Yeah. Doing a lot of ward clearing here.
Yeah.
And that's so usually when I see ward scores like that, especially like in gold level, is because of the zombie ward. There is no zombie ward on this Morgana. That is just a straight up great vision score, and I want to give credit to that where it is due.
Beautiful. Chef kiss.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so right now we are in that lull state, and it is just waiting for these objectives. That's going to be the big thing. I really like what Agni Kai is doing here. Of just they are ready. They are already there. The waves are shoved in. It is taking all this time. Yeah, Raining Wolves, get that top side. Fine, whatever. He's gonna go out of Mega very soon, and that means that the TP play is not gonna be super great.
That's actually throwing out the Drowsy on the set here. Gets a huge chunk of damage. They're diving in. That's going to be the shield coming down from the item there. They're going to back away. This scared off Jesus Juice and Raining Wolves is not on Mega Gnar, so he's going to keep pushing.
Oh, the package though.
Yeah, they do have to force this fight if they want this dragon here. They're both on soul point, and both teams are looking to be a very important objective.
I mean, really? If I am Corvus right now, I am just looking to poke and be annoying because Gnar is doing okay. Nope, you're gonna TP him in.
Yeah, Gnar is teleporting him. That's gonna be the package delivered, but it's not gonna hit a whole lot of members here. It's gonna dive onto the blue side there. That's a really, really good snare, followed up by mark damage there. Look at Jesus Juice so incredibly low as Raining Wolves has dived into the enemy team here. So a bunch of low health bars, but no one has died just yet. A double kill for the Ezreal. That's a triple kill and a kill for Morgana as well. There's only one blue team member left. Sivir's gonna get 1 kill. Can they get another, as they're going to be the last to fall? And that's going to be a quadra kill for the Ezreal. Report and Spire for stealing the kill, and they're gonna march right over to Baron.
Yeah, great play there, and honestly a little bit aggressive from Corvus. I don't think they needed to take that fight. Once again, look at the game state right now, right? Like, it is third dragon for both teams. Nobody has to take this dragon. It is not crucial to get a second cloud dragon under your wing there. So, and meanwhile, Gnar is split pushing hard. No one is answering him. To me, that is just a big misunderstanding of what your objective should be at the time, and over prioritizing that dragon as opposed to possibly getting that inhibitor tower down while you just annoy the crap out of Agni Kai as they try and take the dragon.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams around this point will have kind of decision paralysis about whether to fight or whether to take an objective. Right. And so a lot of that time you can just capitalize on that decision paralysis, which was what Raining Wolves seemed to be doing. At least, you know, they got a whole lot of damage on that top inner turret. If you take a look at it really quick, it only has 175 HP right now. You could have very easily taken that turret and then moved on. And even if you were to teleport into the fight, right, it didn't seem like Agni Kai was initiating anytime soon. Right? They were just content with kind of just like waiting for the enemy team to just kind of like initiate a bad fight for themselves. But, you know, I mean, it ended up happening, right? But I feel like you could have just been like, okay, well, we're going to take this top turret. This is turning into a 1v2 here. Socks and Thighs not going to land that ultimate, but that's a good sleep by Lilia here, taken incredibly low. Hop over the wall. Laz trying to get over the wall with their slam himself. They're going to walk into 3 members of the blue team. Going to go golden. The teleport coming down from Corky, and this is going to turn into a 4v4 here, and Socks and Thighs is going to be able to pick up a kill. A huge haymaker is going to cause 2 of them to go golden. Now their HP bars are incredibly low. Karma going to get a decent chunk of damage here, but Mac Mittens is incredibly low. Ezreal's going to be able to find that last bit of damage. Cheese Mix is the only person left from this fight. They're really looking for that bit of damage. They're able to find the bola. That's the stun. That's going to be the damage as well. Laz is going to pick up the lo-fi Cheese Mix, and that's going to be a 4-for-1 in favor of Agni Kai.
Yeah, great fight by them, getting the Gnar very low and forcing him to flash out. The rest of the team did show up, and it looked like it was going to be close, but the crucial thing there is that Snowflower was not in that fight, and you had both the Diana and the Ezreal laying down a bunch of damage. Still, like, Mark was unpressured throughout that entire thing, and while the burst damage from Jesus Juice was really good, it meant nothing because the backup was not there.
is now euthanized me, is now tanky enough to tank these turrets, and they're going to pick up this inhibitor turret, and maybe an inhibitor as well. If they're able to get a decent chunk of damage, but Jesus Juice has respawned. That's going to be the Bolas coming across, going to stun up the set for just a little bit longer, but looks like the red team is just resetting as her ultimate. A huge chunk of damage to Sivir, but I think she's just going to die.
Yeah, just going to be the reset here as we do take a look at the objectives right now. Cloud Dragon, sole available in 2 minutes for Agni Kai, and I have to imagine they are going to prioritize that pretty heavily. So I am really watching, and the other thing I'm looking at right now too is experience, because the only thing that Corvus has in experience that is better is the Gnar up in that top side. Right. There is 2 levels down in the jungle, 2 levels down in the mid lane, a level down on AD carry, a level down on support. That is a lot of just straight up stats that you're not getting, that you are down because you are not up in those levels. So that just makes the fight hard, on top of just a 10k gold lead that has been built by Agni Kai. So that's so hard to come back from. It is going to take, you know, Euthanize Me getting caught out. It is going to take Laz getting caught out, or, you know, Inspire. But, like, they're all hard to catch out because they're either tanky or have a Zonias.
Yeah. Or they have Morgana to back them up, or have built-in mobility. They're a real slippery team, hard to lock down. And, you know, it also doesn't help that now look at Jazz. Look at Laz here with a Banshee's Veil. You know, it's just that much harder to lock down these teams.
Mark has a frozen heart. Like, nobody's going to go down easy.
Yeah. It's going to be really, really tough, right? I did want to mention that Sivir does finally have the Muramana here, and that is kind of the big power spike for their team right now. But if they take a fight where Snowflower is just not involved, that's a huge damage source that's gone. But Mac Mittens, oh my god! Mark is huge! Legendary, even, as he's able to pick up a kill on the side here. That's getting the dash forward. Huge Diana ultimate coming across. That's 2 big shields as well, but it's not going to save them from the damage of Mark. That's going to be the package delivered. Sox and Dies taken incredibly low, but going to go golden instead. The Valkyrie over, looking for that last bit of damage onto Diana, but that shield is from Morgana is huge. Mark is still looking for that last bit of damage onto Raging Wolves. The Snowflower going to be spell shielded. Ease forward, going to pick up the kill on Gnar, and that's going to be a huge pickup for the red team here. They might actually be able to win the game.
Yeah, that absolutely should be the end of it there. Massive fight win there as Mark just gets the pick on the Karma. Should not be anywhere near that deep, but it is going to be the pickup.
Yeah, that's a really good spot on the Sivir here. That Edge of Night is not going to save you this time, as both in Nexus turrets fall. Mac Mittens is the only person left. Mark is looking to pad those numbers. Can we get it? He's not going to be able to, and we throw question marks at this Sejuani at the beginning, but it looks like it's going to help them get the W for game 1.
Yeah, I am absolutely not going to hear the end of it, I think, from Pity on that one, but that's fine. It was an interesting game. I think Agni Kai honestly did really well, all things considered. Like that early game got a little rough. There were some questionable points there, but there were some really good points there, especially that Baron call. Very good call on that one to be able to get that Baron while everybody was distracted with Euthanize Me. And overall, just very strong showing from Agni Kai. I'm excited for us to get to that game 2 and see if maybe Corvus can switch things up and come back swinging, or if we're gonna get a 2-0.
Yeah, I really quickly wanted to shout out the Sejuani, even though I think we were right in a way that like in lane Sejuani was just eating it over and over again, like just the worst time you could possibly have. And then the second that they bought Anathema's chains, put it onto the Sivir, and started like being able to go around the map with that Herald play, then that's when being like, okay, having the Sejuani on the team is actually good, because we have that extra bit of very hard CC with the Sejuani ultimate, and also her other abilities as well. But we are going to take just a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be in picks and bans of Corvus Storm versus Agni Kai game 2. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zero Gravity Gaming. My name is Shinkari. I'm joined by Thousand Eyes, and we are about to get underway in picks and bans of Agni Kai versus Corvus Storm, game number two. Game number two. Game one was won by Agni Kai in a pretty decisive manner, throwing out a very strange top lane Sejuani, but they were able to turn it around once mid game started turning around. A bunch of team fights started happening, and then turns out it has real good to have a Sejuani on your team.
Yeah, yeah.
But we are about to get picks and bans underway. Thousand, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. It is good to have a Sejuani on your team
Yeah.
when team fights happen. That is
Yeah.
that is a true statement. I cannot dispute
Yeah.
this. One thing I do actually want to bring up is the fact that Amumu got completely through the picks and bans here when
Yeah.
I truly believe Amumu is just a busted strong jungler right now. Um,
Yes.
and I honestly would have preferred to see something like that instead of the set, which I think kind of struggled into the Morgana, Ezreal, and such
Yeah.
style of team composition. Now we are getting into the picks and bans. Everything's looking to stay pretty similar. I am curious what is going to be picked for the top lane this time around. Euthanize Me has asked what spicy top he would like me to play, or I would like him to play. Uh,
Yeah, and for the most part, bans have remained
oh, there
pretty
we
much
go.
the same here. Gonna add
Echo.
for yeah, just an Echo immediately locked in here. If y'all had any guesses of where that is going, that's taken away from Jesus Juice in the jungle for Corvus Storm here. Is yeah, I
Hmm.
mean that Sivir Karma would have been real good with the Echo here, but now with Shinzao, Diana, and taken away and Echo banned away as well, it does leave Viego still on the table. And I still think Viego, in terms of a bunch of gold players, is still very good.
Absolutely, yeah. It is really good.
Yeah,
I am super excited to see the Viego pop out because I think that is with how crazy last game got.
right.
That is Viego's stomping ground. That is
Yes,
exactly when you want to have Viego on your team because he's going to reset and he's just going to keep resetting. And he is
yeah,
the ultimate reset champ. As soon as he gets one, it is just done. And
yeah,
the Ashe is great setup for him as well. Going to make the Echo a little bit tougher to get back onto that back line. And
right.
I'm hoping to see some more of what we saw last game if Corvus wants to take this to game 3.
Yeah, we might though, but here comes Lucian being locked in. This is the new Lucian, by the way. Oh, and Nami locked in as well. So we're definitely going to get a whole lot of that new Lucian action here, as Lucian did receive some pretty significant changes, I'll say, as now his passive makes it buffs his next two basic auto attacks after receiving some sort of heal or empowerment from an ally, or an ally hitting an Ardent Blaze target. And I think this is really, really big for Lucian, especially paired with a Nami, who can empower more than just two auto attacks, can empower three.
Yeah, it's gonna make it. The other thing too is Lucian did get a buff to the ultimate there. There's gonna be a
Yes.
lot more bullets coming out from that ultimate, and it is kind of scary if it gets off the ground. So
Yeah.
we don't know. I would assume that this is going to be a bot lane Lucian. I think that's what the changes were meant to kind of push him back towards.
Yeah, and
Uh,
with the Nami as well, it's kind of hard for
yeah.
me to think that it's going to be somewhere else here. As we're now looking to phase two bans here, and we're seeing definitely a lot more targeted bans here. We're going to see Corki banned away by Corvus Storm. We're going to see Gnar banned away by Agni Kai. And yeah, I think we're going to continue to see more targeted bans here, especially from picks from game one. I don't know if we're going to see Sejuani banned.
I would be a little tilted if they banned the Sejuani, but I mean, hey, I mean, if you don't know how
Yeah.
to handle it, the
Oh,
Amumu being taken off here, that signals
okay.
to me Corvus thinks this Echo is going to be going into the mid lane rather than the jungle,
Right.
which I would assume it is a jungle Echo. The buffs made him pretty solid as a jungler, and
Yeah.
Echo's been pretty mediocre as a mid laner for a while now. He just
Right.
does not have the wave clear to keep up with a lot of the current meta champions. And I would expect it is just going to be the jungle. Regardless,
Right.
that is also the Syndra taken off the board here, which does now mean that there is going to be a little bit less control mage options for Corvus Storm. Uh, right now, I would love to see them pick up something that has a solid engage, because Ash alone is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, Silas might be able to do it here. The chains, that hook ability that Silas has definitely is pretty useful for getting some engages, as well as being able to steal maybe Nami ultimate. I think that might
Hmm.
be a very strong engage tool as well. I think with this Silas lock-in, there are a bunch of very strong ultimates already on Agni Kai's side. To be picked up here as set is going to be hovered by Agni Kai. I don't know if this is going to be the lock-in.
Yeah.
It is. All right,
Okay.
so Agni Kai. This is their last pick here.
I would assume mid laner here, possible jungler if they do want
Yep.
to flex that Echo mid. All right, yeah, there's the mid laner, the
Yep.
Cassiopeia, which is a very good pickup into the Silas. Now, the Silas can be flexed. Silas could go up to that top side against the
Right.
set. Wouldn't do terribly against it. So that is an option there, but it's going to be the Ornn pickup, allegedly,
Yeah.
as it is being
Allegedly.
hovered.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that is going to be something that Cassiopeia is going to struggle a little bit with. But the one thing Cassiopeia does have is that grounded makes Ornn ult much harder to pull off, actually.
Yes.
So
Yes.
may have counterpicked himself there a little bit,
Yep.
but I guess we will see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely like the Cassiopeia pick here. I've been liking the Cassiopeia pick ever since the buffs that she received, I believe, in 1116 or 1115, where her Twin Fangs damage went up. And that's definitely a really good tool. I think Cassiopeia is definitely a very interesting mage. There's not a whole lot of mages like her, where she's able to pick up that Conqueror, where she's able to do that DOT damage. There's not
Mhm.
a whole lot of casters like her. So it's real. I always love seeing Cassiopeia and folks that can play her.
So I go.
Definitely excited for this Cassiopeia pick for sure.
Yeah, and I think it gives a lot of DPS where Agni Kai doesn't really have a whole lot already
Right.
built in, right? The Lucian does not do terribly great. Generally a more bursty 80 carry. I don't know how true that is after the changes, but generally throughout his entire existence, Lucian has been a burst 80 carry, not a DPS focused 80 carry. Cassiopeia, though, very DPS focused, and with the
Yeah.
change a while back now that Nami's E can apply to spells, works really
Yeah.
well with Cassiopeia, gives her a lot of kite potential.
Yeah.
And throwing it into the Silas matchup, anytime Silas wants to go for that E, just the grounded could come out and completely neuter Silas's ability to go in there. As long as Cassiopeia can keep that distance, she'll have complete control of that lane. It is just all about hitting that W when needed.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to point out really quickly that while we're talking about Nami, she was on the receiving end of some buffs, some pretty significant ones, if you ask me,
Hmm.
in the previous patch, in the most recent patch rather. Her base health is now 490, and the mana cost on her ebb and flow, her heal has been reduced across the board. Excuse me, for all levels except level 1 for that, and that's really huge, right? The big reason
Hmm.
why Nami, well, at least in my opinion, why Nami wasn't being picked up is that her W at max level, which is the one you were maxing first,
It was
was
like 130.
130 mana.
Yeah.
130 mana. That's huge. That's so much mana to spend on a champion that, like, in a role where you don't really get to regenerate mana as easily, right? You end up having to take things like presence of mind and not being able to go into something a little bit more
I'm gonna
defensive.
argue that point. I'm gonna argue that point actually
Mhm.
because you are building a crap ton of mana regen items, but it did until you got those items. Yeah, it was a huge problem. Like
Yeah.
that lowering of 20 mana at max rank really gonna be helpful for Nami as they do hit that level 9 point, but Nami doesn't have the items. Now, as we do see, Set is going to be going up into the top lane. Pity, stop trolling us. Not nice. Don't appreciate it. Talking directly to you right now. So everything else is what we expected. I am looking across these lane matchups. We already talked about the Cassiopeia Silas matchup.
Yeah.
The Set Ornn matchup doesn't actually feel too great for Set,
Right.
unless it is like that really early level where that grit shield can be very impactful.
Right.
I don't think with an Icebeam is going to have a great time post level like 5, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, because Ornn's a tank. Thousand
That
can't
does
see, but
damage.
I'm putting a whole lot of quotation marks, right? Because the Ornn breath is just as, and the clap, right? The passive brittle just does so much damage. It's insane. Like you thinking like, oh yeah, it's a tank versus bruiser matchup. The bruiser's gonna have a little bit of a better time because the tank always needs some more time to build up those defenses. But like Ornn is just like, oh, you want to 1v1 me? Okay, cool. There's half your health bar in like a super
Yeah.
big burst. And you want to keep fighting because I still have full HP and I also have good defenses as well, by the way. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just crazy these early levels.
The goal really is going to be for Set to keep engaging and then backing off and using the passive regen that Set has in the kit in order to heal back up.
Right.
If the fight kind of just becomes a all in, Ornn actually will win that one, which is weird because generally you would think that would happen, but yeah. As we do, I do want to talk about the bot lane a little bit here because this isn't a matchup you get to see a lot when you get into higher level of play. You don't see a
Yep.
lot of enchanters. Uh, Ash Karma is a hell lane. Like the amount of
Yeah.
poke early on in that lane and just where Ash is currently in the meta, terrible to go up against. And as
Yeah.
Lucian makes it even worse. The Nami
Yeah.
will help out with the healing, and like you said, the mana has gone down on that cost. So that will be a bit better, but it is going to be basically just wait for that echo and try and get a good engage off. Post level 6, that should be pretty easy. Because if they can make sure Karma doesn't alt shield, then the wave should be pretty easy to hit on Ash.
Right. I mean, the other thing I wanted to note too is that Ash and Karma actually synergize very, very well by giving Karma just that that easier ability to land the tether. Right, the
Hmm.
tether has a delay and then it roots someone, and most of the time you throw out the tether and you kind of hope that it snares. Like obviously you want the snare to happen, but sometimes your opponent is just walking in the opposite direction. It's too greedy for you to walk with them in order to land that snare. But a lot of the times, if you're fighting 2v2 with Ash, you're going to be able to land that tether a whole lot of the time, right? Lucian really only has the dash in order to get out of it. So if you time that cooldown pretty well, you should be able to land that snare and give Ash that more opportunity to get that damage in. But with that, we are going to take just a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be on the Rift for game 2 of Agni Kai versus Corvus Storm. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Zero Gravity Gaming. My name is Shinkari, and I'm joined by Thousand Eyes. We are on the Rift for Corvus Storm versus Agni Kai. Agni Kai is now on the blue side. Corvus Storm is on the red, and we're ready to get this underway with a 5-point start as Euthanize Me is looking for this level 1 on a Raging Wolves. And actually get some decent chunk of damage onto the Forge God here. We're going to back away, but that's about as much action as we're going to get in this level 1 as no one seems to want to invade. We're ready to get this game underway.
Yeah, we are going to get underway here, and everybody just spanning out a little bit. Nothing big. Raining Wolves taking a little bit of damage, and that actually could be a little bit substantial. Not a little bit substantial. Wow. My brain is just incredibly off today.
It's okay. Sometimes you do just be saying words.
Yeah,
I don't think
it's just leak out, and it is incredibly unfortunate.
I think Raining Wolves will ultimately be fine. I mean, like, look, he's got like
all right,
10%.
You're right.
Like, he's fine.
I forget that the regen of health in this game is stupid.
Yeah,
it
turns out Doran Shield is real good when you don't have a whole lot of HP, and it can just regenerate like a huge chunk of your HP really quickly. I think we did want to talk about the fleet footwork on Silas just being a little weird. I think that's the only thing like really out of the ordinary at the start of this.
Yeah. So let's talk about this before it gets too wild. The fleet footwork on Silas and in general on melee champs has been hit pretty decently because yeah, they increased the healing from fleet footwork, but they lowered the amount of healing you get from minions from 100% to 20%. So it is really tough to actually get the healing you need as a melee champion. And as Silas, you're not going to get in onto this Cassiopeia very much.
Yeah. It's going to be really tough. And like, I feel like to me, it just seems like, hey, I wanted a grasp build, but I'm not in endurance or resolve rather. And I wanted a little bit more healing in lane. Like that's what it tells me. Like in the comparison to Conqueror, it just means okay, I want to farm and I don't want to fight Cassiopeia as much. But right off the bat, already 3 minutes in, and we're already seeing just Cheesemix just struggling to lane against this Cassiopeia.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning Socks and Thighs did have to burn the flash here and is going through a lot of mana, like already out. So this is going to be a Cassiopeia that is going to run out of the threat very quickly as Jesus Juice is looking bot. Early exhaust.
Yeah, that's going to be a dash from Mark here. The exhaust is down. They're looking for the stun. He's going to flash away. That's the stun is good as well. That's a decent chunk of damage from the volley as well. They're trying to turn it around, and First Blood goes over to Lucian. The teleport is coming in from Ornn into the spot lane. They have to be careful. The Forge God might look to turn this around. Jazz is going to dodge forward. He's going to fall. So it's a 1-for-1 in the bot lane, but First Blood goes over to Mark, and he gets those double buffs as well.
That's actually a 2-for-1 because the Viego did die immediately.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So that is a win there for Agni Kai. And honestly,
Mark actually might be taking real low here. That's the clap. Look at Mark's health pool. They're looking to gift it over to Snowflower. They're going to be able to succeed, and Spire's not going to be able to land that kill again. They're trying to get that second kill there, but I don't think you can take up a whole minion wave as Ashe this early on in the game, but double buff transfer complete.
Absolutely, yeah. So you got it on the right person now. Double buffs on Ashe is terrible.
Yeah, that's insane. His low fight Cheesemix taking so much damage from the Cassiopeia. The Twin Fangs are good, and they're going to be able to pick up that kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we expected, too. The Fleet Footwork heal is just not doing much at this point, and you're just going to lose all your health if you stay around, and Cassiopeia has the mana. Did get the back off now, so has a lot more damage, and a lot more threat onto Cheesemix, who's already losing a lot of health as he gets back into lane.
Yeah, and the good thing about Cassiopeia is that since her damage is all dot based, she can really just throw out that dot, move outside of turret range, and still continue to pressure Cheesemix here, and really not have to really commit anything real close here. As Raining Wolves looking to fight Euthanize Me. That's a huge Haymaker shield looking to turn this around. They're pretty much even at the end of that fight, but with that double buffs on Ornn, it's going to hurt a whole lot.
Yeah, and I did want to give credit. We didn't get the opportunity because there was action right after, but I wanted to give credit because Uwut the Nicebee's TP was immediate. Just
Right.
immediate TP into that fight, and that is why they were able to win that so hard, because by the time Orange showed up, that whole fight was over. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, Euthanize me going once again. Huge haymaker shield, looking to turn this fight into something easy. Raining Wolves taken incredibly low here. Euthanize me might be able to get that last bit of damage, but it looks like he's going to back away. It was really funny. Raining Wolves started that fight by standing outside of vision and baiting Euthanize me by placing down a Pank Ward. And I can't imagine anything that's more indicative of gold than baiting someone by placing a ward.
You're not wrong. Yeah, we're gonna see Raining Wolves back here. Has the wave in a kind of rough spot for him. So I do like the fact that he's backing, because you can see Echo is ready. Echo is sitting there. If Raining Wolves had stayed up that far, it would have been an easy gank, easy kill for Laz, and with no TP, Raining Wolves would have suffered for that big time.
Look at 3S Mark already dealing
Whoa.
so much damage. The Q is good too. Inspire gonna land the bubble. That's huge. Inspire's gonna get the kill on the Mac Mittens. Lads hops over the wall looking for Cheese Mix, but doesn't quite find it. As now Silas has a bit of time rewind of his own as he takes Echo's ultimate.
I'm tilted by the fact that Inspire stole that, because that was very much capable of being gifted to the 80 carry. Like, you did not
He got
need
first
to...
blood. He's gotten enough gifts.
Oh my god. Look, the flash was good. The ignite, you did not need to do. The auto, you did not need to do. Mark was there. That is a level 3 karma. That karma's gonna die.
Secured.
Shut up.
Kill secured.
Do not slander my support lifestyle like this.
Look, I play one game, and that's League of Legends, and if you're not going to get the kill, then that's my kill as a support. As a support, I am entitled to kills.
You are the support that I hate.
Look, look. If you're not there to get the kill, I'm not going to mess around and wait for them to like flash away and live. Okay, I'm getting the kill.
I am done with this conversation.
Okay, yeah, we can move on from this as we can argue about this later. Is the Socks and Thighs continuing this domination in the mid lane here, actually going underneath the tower, flashes forward. Oh no. Socks and Thighs. Ooh, Laz diving on the Jesus Juice here, actually getting a whole bunch of damage. Doesn't actually, yeah, about to half HP, a little bit less. A little bit more than that, so Jesus Juice gonna get away. So Chickens goes over to Laz here. Laz gonna go over to KFC in the red side of the jungle. They pick up some gold for themselves. Deny a little bit over from Viego, which is a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, I mean, Socks and Thighs just straight up forgot about the Echo ult.
Yeah.
Which is really disappointing, considering not only is there a clear indicator that he has stolen Echo ult, there's also the ghost. Like, yeah. There's so many things telling you he can save himself with the Echo ult, and it felt like it was just ignored. So that one kind of sucks, because Socks and Thighs was really doing well in his lane, and a lot of that lead was just thrown away like that.
3S Mark is getting diving on a Mac Men's here, taking incredibly low. The Summoner Heal comes out as well. Going to land the Tether and the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Mark is now going to use that Summoner Heal. Going to try to burst down Snowflower. Might actually be able to do it. Actually, is going to fall at the end of that. Inspire is now low, and Mac Mittens is going to be able to pick up the kill. Socks and Thighs still trying to dive into the low-fi cheese mix, but they're going to back away. 2 for 0 in the bot lane there. Real good pickup for Corvus Storm here.
Yeah, a very close fight. Surprise. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Yeah, he's okay.
Taken real low here, but able to get that shield to protect them for just a little bit longer. Shelly helping out the mid lane here, but it looks like Jesus Juice doesn't want the red team to stay alive for a little bit longer. That's the Cassiopeia ultimate picked up by Silas as well. That's going to be the Echo ultimate pop. They're both stunned from the Cassiopeia ultimate, but that's going to be the return ultimate as well. He's going to pick up 1 kill. Can they get 2? The stun is good and going to stun Viego after he gets the possession. That's going to be Laz picking up the double kill in the mid lane. 2 for 1, and both of them go over to Laz.
Perfect timing on that stun. Holy crap. Basically getting no use out of that Cassiopeia. And stealing Cassiopeia is a very big deal for Viego, because he gets full mana when he steals the Cassiopeia. It is a full mana bar. And that is a terrifying concept with a Cassiopeia, even if you don't have the ultimate. So incredibly well played by Laz to get that double kill and make that work out.
Euthanize Me might have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew here. Having to flash away, but the Ornhorn lands. The clap is good too. Reigning Wolves going to be able to pick up that fight there. I don't know if that's what you were looking for there, friend. There's a Bomby Cinder and a excuse me, a Bramble Vest there. Man, that hurts.
Yeah, Bramble Vest is a good item into Set, and at this point, Set can't do anything. Like this top lane is over for Set. His goal is just ult Ornn into the rest of the team and try and get good stunts off.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, I want to take actually a look here just at the CS. Top and mid, big CS differentials here, especially mid. Socks and Thighs is not feeling the pain of that death there, and we'll be able to get full plate towers here.
Yeah.
I want to take a look. Gold-wise, 1,200 gold.
Yeah, I was about to say it's really the plates and the CS that's keeping Socks and Thighs in this matchup here. Ooh, Cheese Mix diving in here. Okay. Gonna get grounded, take a bunch of damage. Conqueror has proc, but Socks and Thighs gonna take a turret shot. 50% HP. Here comes a sad boy with a big sword coming in from the side here. Gonna channel that stun, not going to land, but a TP coming down from Set. They're looking for the fight. They can't quite get it. They're going to fall here. Euthanize Me and Laz are in the fight. Cheese Mix is going to use that Echo ultimate and dash away, but the bot lane has joined as well. The tidal wave is not going to land, even though it looks like it should have, and that's going to be Jesus Juice falling in this mid lane here as Lo-Fi Cheese Mix is going to run for their lives as the bot lane has joined the fight, in quotes, but the fight is long over.
Yeah, once again, immediate TP from Euthanize Me to show up, where the lane is not going great, doesn't matter. Shows up, helps the team more than that has. And, okay.
God, yeah, 3S Mark getting a huge bunch of burst damage here. There's that tether. Going to root Mark in place, but the minion wave is going to eat the volley in response. Snowflower really, really low here. Really can't look for this fight as this Karma is looking for the fight, though. Mac Mittens, whole bunch of damage on the Mark here. Has to back away, get that heal from Nami. Looking to re-engage here. Good bit of burst damage here. There's the exhaust, a bit of auto attacks. Kind of has to walk around the minions here, but you're walking right back into Lucian range. That's going to be the kill from Mark here. Now into the top lane. They're looking for Reigning Wolves. Can they find it? Here comes the Orange Horn. Gonna knock it into the Ezreal the Echo here. Gonna knock him into the air, but they're below half HP here. Gonna get unstoppable. Not gonna get stunned up here. Euthanize Me looking for that last bit of damage. Still can't find it. Two turret shots knocked into the air. Now Laz is in trouble. Has to ultimate away. What was that? 1,000? What happened there?
All right, we're about to get real rude here, pitiful.
All right,
wait.
Socks and Thighs. Socks and Thighs doing a good job trying to keep away. The Conqueror has proc, so getting some healing here, but yeah, it turns out Cheese Mix has a little bit better healing on that Silas there, so gonna fall to the 1 for 2 here, but a whole lot of strange fights. And by a whole lot, I mean specifically the tower dive in the top lane.
Yeah, well, no, there's more going on because bot lane is having some fun. The heal burned from the Ashe, yeah. Pity, what the hell are you doing, buddy? Like what are you doing? Yeah. I just want to talk because
I just want to talk.
I don't feel like your brain was on there.
Yeah. Ooh, wait, hold on, Laz. That's gonna be okay. Yeah, that was just.
You got real hype for that one. It's just like done deal, and you're just like, oh, he's going.
Yeah. Ooh.
See?
Ooh, I'm diving.
Oh my goodness gracious! All right, Viego bot side.
Yeah, Viego bot side. Mark is just committing to this Mac Mittens here. That's going to be the flash, the heal. Going to be alive for a little long. The Viego ultimate does not land. The bubble is even better.
My God.
Going to be a flash forward. There's going to be the culling. Oh, he still doesn't find the kill. They might be able to turn this around. The Laz from the side is going to be able to pick up the kill. Unstoppable onto this Echo. So insanely close, but Mark lives to tell the tale.
Holy God, this Lucian is nuts.
Just in case you were taking notes, that's how you do a fight that's like really close and you're about to die, but you win anyway.
Yeah. You win the fight. That's the crucial part.
Yeah. The live part.
Okay, but I don't want to take away from how good that was, because like, holy crap. Not only just for Mark, but the healing, but pity.
Yeah, we're okay. Ooh, okay, real good showstopper there. Socks and Thighs may be a little bit greedy in the mid lane as well. That's going to be the Everfrost snaring them in place, and Cheese Mix picking up the kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, that was Euthanize Me dying. Just in case y'all were wondering.
Yeah. So I'm scared right now because this orange 4-0. Like
Yeah.
this orange 4-0, and yeah, Lucian's doing solid. Okay, maybe more than solid.
Whoa. How much HP
So
does Ash have right now? Hold on, I need to check.
it is not a
16.
lot. Yeah,
16.
but okay, I like the Kraken Slayer pickup here from Lucian because you're gonna need it against that Ornn right now, and. But it is just really going to be hard getting into late game. He's going to struggle to get into these fights. They don't know Jesus Juice is there yet.
Yeah, but Viego has shown themselves with that miss there. They're really looking to get away. Oh, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow does not land. And that means that the red team can peel off here and look for this Drake if they want. Mark wants to fight. Okay, gets a little bit of movement speed. That's a huge amount of... Oh my god. MacMin's taking incredibly low. The culling coming across. That's a great tidal wave too. Laz and Socks and Thighs are on the back end here. That's 5 members of the red team. Euthanize Me is still top, does not have teleport. If they want this fight, they're gonna have to look for a pick and to turn this into a 4v4. That dives in here, might have to use the ultimate to get away, but it's gonna put them back into the fight. Cheese Mix uses their ultimate to back away here. MacMins is gonna fall to the Nami bounce and the last bit of damage from Echo as well, and Socks and Thighs is gonna clean up a kill onto Viego as well. They win the 5v4, get 2 kills, and this Infernal Drake.
Yeah, they balanced the aggro of that fight perfectly there. You saw Cheese Mix get in and get a bunch of damage and ult back out, but the heal was not a whole lot from that specific Echo ult. Meanwhile, Jesus Juice kind of just gets caught out there, and especially Mac Mittens getting blown up immediately. It took that fight from being a 5v4 to just a straight up 4v4, and a lot of that engagement from the Karma with the Shurelya's was just gone, and now you can't force the fight, right? Like, you don't have Silas to go in, you don't have the Ashel, you don't have the Karma with Shurelya's. How do you get into the fight? So it was just simple for Agni Kai to kite that out from then on.
Yeah, I do really want to point out here that this Nami, there's no Moonstone Renewer on this Nami. That's an Imperial mandate. If you were ever questioning as to how Lucian was dealing so much damage, it's Tide Collar's Blessing being put onto his auto attacks, then triggering Imperial Mandate, and then getting that additional auto attack damage on top of his passive effects as well. And then being able to get that off the bubble and the tidal wave as well. This is a really, really good pickup for Nami here.
Yeah, on top of that, you've got the Kraken Slayer, which is just really good in general on Lucian. You don't see it a lot because you don't normally need the... you don't normally need that type of tank busting on a Lucian build. It's usually the Gale Force for the extra burst, but when you got a fed Ornn, sometimes you gotta adapt.
Is this going to be Shelly charging into this inner turret here? That's going to be Enchanted Crystal Arrow coming across, going to force out a flash here. Laz is looking to re-engage on the Mac Mittens. They no longer have a turret there, and Lo-Fi Cheese Mix is taking incredible low. They get to get Cassiopeia ultimate comes across, but only stuns one person here. That's going to be the Tesser on the mark, but Knight has to... Oh, that's a real good time to ultimate. Going to stop the Ornhorn second half, and is going to fall as well. That's going to be the Showstopper picking up the second kill as well. Mark is looking for more. There's so much damage on this Lucian. Can they get the last bit of damage? The Knight is going for it. Underneath turret. 3 turret shots, 4 turret shots. Can they get it? They're not going to, but they're going to push immediately onto this inhibitor turret here. Mark's just sitting there. All right. Okay. They might actually get the turret here. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they absolutely do get the turret, and that is really difficult for the rest of Corvus Storm. Now, as the inhibitor's going to be pressured, should be fine. Mark, you got to leave, buddy. Mark?
Yeah,
Mark?
Yeah, Mark, what's up? Okay.
All right.
Mark is now leaving. Yeah, you can't play around with that.
Yeah, speed up. Get him the hell out of there, because it was about to get real funky fresh and not in the good way. So don't think he wanted to stick around for that.
Funky fresh beats, except by that we were beating the crap out of you, and that's what was happening.
The fresh blood spilling out of your wounds.
Yes.
Oh wait, hold up. I actually want to point out here the build from the Viego, because he has gone for the shield bow, which I don't think is great.
I mean, I mean, he's definitely seeing that he's behind and opting for a little bit more survivability. As now we're 1v3 versus Raining Wolves here. That's going to be a good slow, but they can't quite find the damage. Meanwhile, Socks and Thighs is going to find a kill onto Cheese Mix here. They're following Raining Wolves all over the place. Inspire nearly dies. That's going to be the ultimate from Echo here. Oh, taken so incredibly low, but not going to be able to get the kill this time. After a 1v3 rundown in the top lane, yeah, that's going to be Raining Wolves dying in the top and Lo-Fi Cheese Mix dying in the mid, as now the blue team is just pushing into this inhibitor.
The thing that tilts me the most about this going down right now is the fact that, like, Raining Wolves is taking care of 3 people. Yeah. What are you doing with that? You got some vision in the bot side. Okay. I guess that's, like, good for the upcoming dragon, but you gave an inhibitor, and now the Baron is going to be started, and you have no vision up on that top side. A complete lack of priorities from Corvus Storm is going to cause them to lose the Baron, and now it doesn't matter that you have that vision in the bot side, because you're going to just die trying to go up there and fighting when they have Baron.
Yeah. With that Baron, I mean, the blue team here, Agni kind of can very easily just reset and go back. Oh, Euthanize moves here just a little too soon, as that's a real big haymaker still, but I don't know if they're going to be able to survive this time. That's the showstopper coming across, but they're going to fall. That's going to be Raining Wolves coming across, going to use that charge to get away. The Ornhorn's now across, and all these members of the blue team are insanely low after coming back from Baron. It might have been off just a little bit more than they can chew here. Okay, Sox trying to turn this around. Huge stun here, taken incredibly low. That's going to be the showstopper from Silas now. Going to go golden response, looking for that last bit of damage, but Socks and Thighs is going to fall. Mark is going to fall. Laz is going to fall. New Euthanize Me falls as well. The only person left is Inspire, and that's a 4-for-1 and Drake for Corvus Storm.
Yeah, a really good pickup from Corvus Storm as they just get that perfect Viego, get Euthanize Me, get that win off of that fight, and then use the set, get in there, get the damage down, immediately get Viego onto more people. So a good fight there from Corvus Storm, and honestly, pity kind of you threw that one a little bit, buddy. Yeah. Euthanize Me getting there a little bit too early, saying, "Hey guys, I'm here. Where's the rest of the party?" And everybody's like, "Dude, the party's in like 3 hours. Yeah. Like, why are you here?"
Yeah, why are you here? I mean, you can sit on my couch and we can hang out, but dog, you are real early.
Yeah,
dog, you want to help like set up? Are you gonna help like You got something for the party here? Is Laz gonna dive on a Magmittens here? Magmittens taken incredibly low, has to flash away, gets the summoner heal from Snowflower as well. Laz, are you gonna flash over the wall? You will. Oh man, the dash is gonna hit Karma as well. Now looking for Snowflower here. That's going to be the Viego coming down. Stun onto Laz, gonna go golden. That's a real good time away from the Nami, gonna find that last bit of damage in the shutdown. Wow, this might actually be the end of the game. Oh my god, Mark is gonna get that huge first damage here. That's gonna be the Everfrost coming across. Ornhorn as well is actually a real good lineup. Only lands onto Cassiopeia though. That might be all they need though. Taken incredibly low. Lo-Fi Cheese Mix has to 1v1 Laz now, as that's going to be a dash in from Mark, triggering the
Lucian.
Dash away. That's the Lucian taken incredibly low, going to fall, but that's going to be the Silas falling in response, and Raining Wolves is going to fall as well. Mac Mittens has respawned, but there are 3 members of the blue team and super minions in this base.
Yeah, it is only the Karma for the next 3 seconds. TP is coming. And yeah. Laz
is dodging on a Mac Mittens here. Is actually going to fall. Mac Mittens going to dive and dodge around the Haymaker here. There's the showstopper for the kill. Euthanize Me going to walk away. I mean, we're at the point where some of these super minions are just going to feel like a 6th and sometimes 7th champion for the red team here. But the blue team, suffering enough losses, are going to walk away. I do want to mention they're sitting at a 6,000, a little bit less than that gold lead right now.
Yeah, this is a very tough spot for Corvus, obviously. You know, being down Nexus turrets is never a fun thing. Yeah. But right now, just the pressure all around the map. There is no lane that they have control over. Even their own jungle is completely lit up on that top side. And Baron and Dragon both going to be spawning at about the same time. Either one of those hitting onto Agni Kai is going to really up the ante of the rest of this game. See, Ornn items are starting to come through, but I don't know if it's going to be enough at this point, because there is a lot of gold value you got to make up here.
Yeah, it's a mountain to climb, not to mention they're down dragons as well, and that's a whole other conversation about gold that you want to have, right? Those buffs are effective gold onto their team. As Mark is now looking for a fight here. That's going to be the culling coming across, going to be interrupted by the Ornhorn. In response, there's a tidal wave coming across. Raining Wolves is taken incredibly low. There might fall in just a moment. Yep, Soxenthai is going to pick up that last bit of damage there as Viego falls to Mark. And that's going to be Mac falling to Mark as well. It's now a 5v2 left in this fight, and there's only one Nexus turret standing between Agni Kai and a clean 2-0.
Yeah, this absolutely should be the end of the game finally, because yeah, who's gonna stop Mark? Mark is kind of terrifying right now. This
yeah, between the Essence Reaver, the press, the attack, the passive damage, and the oh my god, the Essence Reaver as well. I mean, they got some good minion wave clear here.
He's
oh no, is taken really, really low here. Yeah, they really don't have the waves to try to end the game.
Oh my god, guys, please,
yeah.
I'm begging you.
Just take a tower somewhere else.
Just
please. Like, you already got it. Like they're gonna have super minions posted. Oh no, Mark was caught. There, but nearly. As now Mark is diving onto Raining Wolves and cutting the escape here. They're gonna be able to find the kill onto the Orn, and they might be able to turn this around and end the game again because they have a super minion wave with them.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna have a quick stroke while Lucian just obliterates people. Mark is able to pretty much just one-shot people with the combination of the fully stacked Medjai's and on the Nami, Essence Reaver, and the Ardent Sensor, or not the Ardent Sensor, the Imperial Mandate. Like, what the heck is that damage?
Yeah, can y'all? Oh my god, it's just Jesus. As they're going to pick up game 2 and win. Agni Kai picks up a very clean 2-0 over their opponent's Corvus Storm and continue their positive win rate as Corvus Storm still having a rough go of it this season.
Yeah, I mean, Corvus Storm definitely. I feel like this game had some. The whole series had some strong points for them. Definitely looks better than a team that has not been able to get a series so far this season. So I want to give credit to that. This game felt like it was going to be closer. Snowflower doing pretty good, all things considered. 3-1-6 on a losing team is pretty solid. I really kind of questioned some of the moves Agni Kai made, despite the fact that they won. So I feel like the player skill difference played most of the part here, as opposed to making better calls or making better decisions, because I feel like both teams really struggled in that aspect.
Yeah, it really seemed like that throughout the entire time. Like, I think a bunch of Awuthanizmi's deaths were just like him overstepping a lot of his boundaries, going underneath turrets for no reason, or taking a 1v1 fight where he probably shouldn't have. And I think it was the same for Socks and Thighs as well. I think only a couple of them were like, oh, like I overextended and got punished, and a couple others were like, uh-oh, I've taken like 3 turret shots and I've died. I feel like it was the same for Laz as well. And I think Mark also, over these past couple of games, have been taking so much damage that like it just screams to me that these folks are like, oh, like we're very clearly better than this other team, and we're just kind of gonna do whatever we want for like 20 minutes and then end the game.
Yeah. It felt a little, I don't want to say disrespectful, because it didn't feel like it was disrespectful. It just felt a little disorganized, and I'd like to see both teams kind of clean some of that stuff up, especially as we get closer and closer to playoffs.
Yeah. And and I think to give some credit over to Corvus Storm here, I think there were a lot of good ideas here, honestly. I think this second team comp was a lot better than the first, but even the first team comp had a good kind of core concept of let's take our bot lane and shove our top side of the map into their faces, right? It's just kind of it was just a little weak with the set in the jungle, right? And it didn't really just the chips didn't really fall into the right places for them, right? I still think that like there's something here. It's just the execution needs to come, and maybe like some more practice on some of these characters.
Yeah. I think a little bit more practice could get Corvus to be, a bit of a threat to a lot of these teams, because a lot of our teams are sitting in that middle of the pack. You know,
Yeah.
Raw, I believe, was like undefeated, but like we're looking at everybody else is just kind of middle of the pack, 2-2. I don't know how the rest of the games went tonight, but it's not unheard of for Corvus to kind of make a little bit of a miracle run as we get into the later half here.
Yeah. And definitely, once again, GG's to both teams. I think both teams played well. I think who euthanized me play, as always, in a lot of cases, pitiful. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. From myself, the entire live broadcast crew, Thousand Eyes, my co-caster, and our streamer for tonight, K9. Thank you so much for tuning in. GG's to both teams. If you haven't already, press that follow button. We have League of Legends action for y'all to watch every week. And if you're feeling generous, press that subscribe button. It really helps us out. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next match. Bye-bye.